புது புது ட்ரெண்டிங் வீடியோ பார்க்க நம்ம டிஎல்பி நியூஸ் சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. மறக்காமல் பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிற பெல் பட்டனை டச் பண்ணி ஆல் என்கிற ஆப்ஷன் வரும், அதை ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். அப்பொழுது தான் உங்களுக்கு புது புது வீடியோ வந்து கொண்டே இருக்கும்.
Breaking news coming in. 170 oxygen concentrators confiscated by Delhi police in a series of raids from hoarders and black marketeers. 60 sent to AIIMS, 40 sent to Sardar Patel Hospital, 70 to Delhi police and government hospitals. So while on one hand there are people who are gasping for oxygen, there are 170 oxygen concentrators that have been confiscated by Delhi police in a series of raids because people are going ahead and hoarding these oxygen concentrators, and there are black marketeers who are selling it at a very high price. There were 60 that were sent to AIIMS, 40 to Sardar Patel, 70 to Delhi police and government hospital.
Sir, give us details. From whom have you confiscated these oxygen concentrators, and what's happening to these?
We have seized 170 oxygen concentrators, and after obtaining the orders from the concerned court, 70 of them we have placed in the police COVID centers where there are a number of policemen who are admitted there. And besides that, 60 we have given to the All India Institute of Medical Science and 40 to ITBP hospital where there are shortages of oxygen, so that that can be used for treating the patients.
And what action is being taken against those who are either hoarding or selling these oxygen concentrators on the black market, sir?
We have registered a criminal case against them. 4 of them have been arrested, and strict legal action has been taken. We have invoked the strongest possible sections of law, and they are in the judicial custody.
All right, Gaurav Sawant will be joining us for the very latest on this story in just about a bit. But on one side, you've got India gasping for oxygen. If you go on social media and you just have to see the cries of help of people who are wanting oxygen for the near and dear ones, as the oxygen levels of these patients are dipping on one side, hospitals are running out of it. And then you've got these black marketers. You've got people who are hoarding oxygen as well. And of course, the whip has been cracked on these hoarders and the black marketeers, and that was the breaking story that we just got you. The cops have gone ahead and seized them. Let me take this across to my colleague Sneha Burdani now, who's going to be bringing you a special report on the various mutating strains of the coronavirus which have been found in India. Take a look.
The government is suggesting and saying that they are in the process of identifying which exactly are the variants wreaking havoc in the country, but they have at least identified a couple of these variants. The mutating coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 has spawned several variants that have scientists worried. Here's a lowdown on those detected in India's exploding second wave. The first variant is called the B.1.17 variant, which is the UK variant of the virus. It's considered to be 40 to 70% more infectious than other variants. It raises the risk of death by at least 60%. Vaccines, at least Covaxin, seems to be working against it. Then is the P1 or the Brazil variant. More contagious than the initial coronavirus strain, and it can reinfect. It may be more virulent, but further research is needed. E484K has escape mutation, and it's this escape mutation that is helping this variant dodge antibodies. The B.1.351 South Africa variant is the other one found in India. It's been found in at least 20 other countries, including the United Kingdom. The mutation called N501 appears to make it more contagious. Another mutation called E484K could help the virus again dodge a person's immune system and then may affect how the vaccines work. Then there is the double mutant variant, which is called the Indian variant. It's called B.1.617. The E484Q mutation is similar to another variant, the E484K, found in fast-spreading Brazil and South Africa regions. This includes the L452R mutation, which helps the virus escape our body's natural immune response. Like I said, it's being called the Indian variant, but this has been seen in at least 10 other countries, including the US, the UK.
Some big news coming in after Oxygen SOS. Batra Hospital in Delhi claims that 8 patients died due to lack of oxygen, including one doctor. Hospital claims that they ran their operation for almost an hour without oxygen supply. Oxygen tanker reached the hospital only later. Here's a big revelation coming in from Batra Hospital, where they claim 8 patients have lost their lives, including one doctor, only because oxygen supply did not come in time. The hospital claims that they ran their operation for almost an hour without oxygen supply. Oxygen tanker reached the hospital much later after the demise of 8 people, including one doctor. Unfortunately, the SOS call from Batra Hospital, even before the oxygen supplies could reach the hospital, at least 8 people have succumbed due to lack of oxygen. This is what the hospital claims, that 8 people have died, including one doctor, because oxygen supply did not reach the hospital in time.
डॉक्टर बत्रा, अभी क्या हालात हैं आपके अस्पताल में? क्या ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई हो गई है और जो मरीज भर्ती थे उनका क्या हाल है?
अभी शुरू हुई है ऑक्सीजन, अभी अनलोडिंग हो रही है। पर ये जो बीच का 1 घंटे था हमारे पास, वी आर रनिंग फ्रॉम पिलर टू पोस्ट बट वी कुड नॉट डू एनीथिंग। ऑक्सीजन टैंकर रीच्ड एन आवर लेट। सर, कुछ मरीजों की मौत की खबर भी है क्या? हाँ, 8। तो इनमें से ये सभी मरीज हैं सर, या फिर इनमें से हॉस्पिटल स्टाफ के भी लोग हैं? एक डॉक्टर है हमारे एसोसिएट हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी।
Let me cut across to Anisha Mathur joining us live. More details. Anisha, this is devastating news, and it's really painful to hear doctors making SOS calls. And here, apart from patients, one doctor has also succumbed due to lack of oxygen supply. If you can give us some details as to what really happened at Batra Hospital.
Well, Nabila, there has been quite a tragedy today, as even though the hospital had sent out SOS messages, they'd put it out on Twitter, they'd spoken to media persons, they'd called up the nodal officers and officials of the Delhi government and the central government. They could not get supply of oxygen, and the oxygen ran out. The irony of the situation is that the oxygen tanker reached the hospital just too late to make a difference to these people. Now, what we have, the information that we have is that 8 people have died, out of which 6 were in the ICU, 2 were in the other wards, and one of these patients was a doctor at the Batra Hospital. Now, for several hours, the hospital had been sending out SOS messages, but the tanker effectively reached the Batra Hospital at around 1:30, by which all of these people were either had already succumbed or were in no position to be helped at that point. And that is something that is a huge tragedy right now. The issue was brought before the High Court as well. We saw Raghav Chadha and other senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders and government officials responding to Batra Hospital's SOS queries on social media as well. But it seems that by the time the tanker could reach them, it was too late. What is also being said is that the issue has also come up before the court, where Linde is now being asked for an explanation as to why exactly this delay had happened. However, what they are saying is that the oxygen tanker was sent to the hospital, and steps are being taken every day to augment the oxygen supply. But what the Batra Hospital is saying is that they have had erratic supply for several days, and that is why it has remained an issue. And this is not while this tragedy has happened in one hospital which has come out to public notice, similar issues are being faced by a lot of other hospitals, as every day we are seeing hospitals sending out SOS messages saying that they have only a couple of hours worth of oxygen left, that there will be serious tragedies in the capital since the oxygen supply remains erratic. Back to you.
Right, Anisha, thank you very much for joining us with those details. Here we're looking at several other hospitals in Delhi right now that's running out of oxygen supply. Just a few more hours of oxygen that's left. But Anisha, a quick word on this. The central government has hit out at the state, at the AAP government, saying that despite supply of oxygen, the last mile connectivity is what not being adequate. By the state government is failing to actually ensure that those supplies reach those hospitals in need. So if you can give us a word on that, what's happening out there?
Well, Nabila, this is something that the centre has told the Supreme Court also just yesterday, that it is the last mile connectivity that's a problem. What they are claiming is that about 490 tons of oxygen has been allocated to Delhi, but the supply, which has to be lifted from various places, from Madhya Pradesh, from Punjab, from Haryana and other places, is not reaching. The centre has also claimed that the railways have been used to send oxygen tankers, but once the tankers do reach the city, it is for the Delhi government to ensure that they reach the hospitals that are necessary, and that is something that is being debated between the two governments. Both governments are pointing fingers at each other. In fact, today itself, the High Court, Delhi High Court at the moment, which is hearing this matter, has directed the centre to ensure that the allocation order is honoured, because the Delhi government is even now saying that it is the oxygen suppliers which are at fault. Just about an hour ago during the hearing, the Delhi government had requested the High Court to issue contempt notices against major oxygen suppliers, saying that they are not fulfilling the oxygen supply orders. In fact, there is political finger pointing still happening during the hearings in the Delhi High Court as well as the Supreme Court. We're also seeing that a lot of that the High Court and the Supreme Court have also told the governments at both levels that it is high time that both of them clean up their act, and the time to act is now, and the issue needs to be resolved. But both the centre and the Delhi government are saying that we are making efforts, but it seems that on the ground, despite the fact that in court and in public and on the media, what the statements that are being made on...
Anisha, thank you very much for joining us with those details. We have some big news coming in on that. In fact, the centre has now said that they've increased the quota of oxygen for Delhi from 490 metric ton to 590 metric ton. Centre is trying to help Delhi government, is what the sources from the central government says, that they are trying to help the Delhi government as much as possible. They've now increased the quota of oxygen supply for Delhi from 490 metric ton to 590 metric ton. Meanwhile, actor Sonu Sood has hit out at China. The actor took to Twitter slamming China for blocking India's aid. In the tweet, Sonu Sood said that while India is trying to bring hundreds of oxygen concentrators to India and to help people there in times of crisis, China has blocked the consignment. The actor also added that because of this, people are losing lives, urged Chinese officials to immediately clear the Indian consignment so that lives can be saved. China has halted the US shipment of medical supplies or medical equipment to India, citing a cargo aircraft ban. In fact, the shipment of 1,000 oxygen concentrators had to be rerouted through Japan because of China. This comes as the United States is expected to send 1 lakh oxygen concentrators to India, out of which 31,000 are expected to arrive by the end of May. Geeta Mohan joining us live for more details on that. Geeta, we have to hear Sonu Sood coming out and slamming China on Twitter. If you can give us some insight into exactly what's happening, and has the Ministry of External Affairs reacted to this? Are they coordinating with the officials on ground? Are consignments going to be cleared at the earliest?
Well, the fact of the matter is that a few days ago, in an exclusive conversation with India Today, Mukesh Aghi, the US ISPF CEO, had said that China is indeed not cooperating and is creating disruptions in critical COVID supplies to India. To which the answer of the Foreign Secretary then was that there are the normal flights between India and the Chinese government or US government's consignments from China have not been disrupted. However, now with Sonu Sood coming out and saying that their supplies also have been, they're facing problems in bringing in supplies to India, it seems like China is not, is creating impediments for private entities, businesses, particularly the ones from the United States of America, as also entities here in India, in procuring the very same supplies from China in time to help the needy here in the country. The Chinese government, meanwhile, has been putting out posts cost of how they have been selling out these concentrators to India. So while there could be a lot of politics involved in terms of the kind of credit that China wants for stepping up and being there for India, but they should be allowing others as well. We're also given to understand that External Affairs Minister Jaishankar did raise the matter with his Chinese counterpart yesterday when they had a conversation, but Sonu Sood's tweet and his own problems and concerns were raised today. So we'll have to wait and see what China really does in terms of allowing private entities, NGOs, companies, not just in India, but also abroad, particularly the United States of America, in allowing them to help India out.
Thank you very much, Geeta, for joining us with those details. Now let's take a quick listen. Mukesh Aghi, the CEO of US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, who exclusively spoke to India today about China blocking Indian aid. Let's cut across.
We know that the US ISPF has really rallied forces to ensure that oxygen concentrators reach India sooner than later. What are your plans? Is there a timeline? How have you mobilized forces to ensure that that oxygen concentrators reach India, and what's the amount that we can look at?
So at the moment, what we have basically sourced is around 31,000 pieces of oxygen concentrators. And these are 5 liter, 8 liters, and 10 liters. The whole strategy is to make sure that these can be used at homes. They're battery powered. At the same time, so you don't want to basically inundate the hospital system. So that was one strategy we had. Our challenge is basically logistics, because we were sourcing a lot of these from China. China, for whatever reason, has stopped all cargo flights into India. And one of our first consignment landed in India, and we had to route it from Shanghai to Tokyo and then back into India from Tokyo to Delhi. And we're looking at other aspects, moving them from Shanghai to Dubai, Shanghai to Bangkok. It just adds the timeline, because you want to move this very, very fast. And we are working with the Empowered Committee chaired by Amitabh Khan to make sure that they move fast through customs. We are sending them to the Indian Red Cross so they can distribute, because they have a better network across the country to be able to support and take a decision whom to give them.
Now, as thousands across the country gasp for oxygen, government is putting out all stops to procure relief from around the globe. One such commodity is oxygen concentrators. Here's a report on how many concentrators India has now procured and from whom.
Thousands gasping for oxygen.
सर 2-3 दिन से खड़े हैं, जो चीज़ मांग रहे हैं हॉस्पिटल की लिखित भी लेके आ रहे हैं, ऑक्सीजन लिखित लेके आ रहे हैं, मरीज की रिपोर्ट लेके आ रहे हैं, फिर भी कह रहे बाहर से आ रही ऑक्सीजन, बाहर से आ रही ऑक्सीजन, बाहर से आ रही, तो क्यों नहीं मिल रही हम लोग को?
Their families running pillar to post for the lifesaver.
अस्पताल में जाते हैं, अस्पताल वाले कहते हैं ऑक्सीजन नहीं, आप अपनी व्यवस्था करिए, और ये सारे के सारे ऑक्सीजन जा कहाँ रहा है? अगर गवर्नमेंट ने आदेश दिया और गवर्नमेंट ने हमारे लिए ऑक्सीजन भेजा, तो वो ऑक्सीजन गया कहाँ?
रात के 12 बजे से खड़े हैं और मॉर्निंग का ये टाइम हो गया और 4:30 बजे यहाँ पे गैस आ चुकी है और लोड होने में 6 बजे तक लोड हो चुकी है। कैन पे 3 घंटे 1 घंटे के लिए भी हमें गैस रिलीज नहीं करनी चाहिए ना सिलेंडर भरने के लिए।
The government is pulling out all stops to procure relief from around the globe. But some would say this comes after 8 months of laxity, which is proving costly now.
I am created to treat the patients, to heal the patients. Fine, you have to understand. If I cannot give them oxygen, what else I can give you? There is no oxygen. I am trying to tell them, please go out. I have my own oxygen generator, I have my cylinders. I am trying to supplement it. But I have requested my doctors, कि please, अगर मेरे पास नहीं है, maybe somebody can go somewhere. It's a life which I cannot give, I have no right to take it away.
To control the situation without losing time, apart from cryogenic oxygen, the government is procuring oxygen concentrators from other countries. The first consignment carrying 318 oxygen concentrators arrived at Delhi airport on Monday from the US, sent by Philips. Next day, Philips sent another 318 concentrators to India. On Wednesday, 95 concentrators arrived from the UK. This was imported by the Red Cross Society. The United Kingdom had pledged to provide 495 oxygen concentrators. On Thursday, 700 oxygen concentrators will arrive from Ireland, whereas Hong Kong is sending 800. Singapore has also promised to send 250. However, the biggest consignment will be sent by a Chinese company that has received an order to send 18,000 oxygen concentrators to India. So far, 800 oxygen concentrators have already arrived from China. In addition, private firms like Amazon, Deloitte and SpiceJet too are expected to provide over 10,000 concentrators by the end of this week. With Munish Pandey in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, as India's nationwide vaccination drive for people above 18 kicks off today, Mumbai registrations are open for carrying out vaccinations for 18 to 44 years. 5 vaccination centers have been allocated for the same, and the vaccination will be carried out between 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Uttar Pradesh has also kick-started the mass inoculation drive today. There is a cloud of uncertainty over availability of jabs, though. Several states have expressed unavailability to start off this mass vaccination drive. Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has urged people not to queue outside vaccination centers. In fact, even BJP-ruled states like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka have also claimed shortage of vaccines. Kerala has also claimed shortage of vaccines and said that phase 3 of vaccination cannot begin from today, as order from vaccine makers is expected only by the end of May. As of now, 16.65 crore jabs have been administered across the country. Over 12.5 crore people have been given the first dose.
I have came 7 o'clock in the morning and they are telling that there are no vaccines available today. Only they will be giving only for the who have registered and got an appointment for it. Appointment 28 से हमें show ही नहीं करे, हमें hospitals का नाम भी नहीं show करे. I was trying for my parents also कि तभी चालू था, पर उनके लिए भी hospital का नाम नहीं show करे. With the 45 age के ऊपर वालों का उनको भी show नहीं करे, तो 18 plus के लिए तो show कैसे करेगा?
Registration not happening at the moment for 18 above. It's only still happening for 45 plus. So they still asked me to wait a couple of hours. They're saying it might open up. Registration open up, then only they'll allow us to get vaccination. But still, the government did tell us that from first we could get vaccination. But I hope they stick to their words, and it's good for even others, because the youth is actually suffering at the moment.
मैं मोबाइल से रजिस्टर कर रहा था, तो जिस भी डेट पे रजिस्टर कर रहा हूँ तो उस पर फुल दिखा रहा हूँ ऑलरेडी. तो मैं यहीं रहता हूँ, तो मैंने सोचा एक बार पता कर लेता हूँ कि वॉक इन का अगर कुछ है तो करा लूँगा वैक्सीनेशन. तो अब वो ही कह रहे हैं कि आपको मतलब रजिस्टर करके ही आना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो अगर उसके बिना नहीं होगा, डायरेक्ट वॉक इन पे नहीं होगा. जैसे गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में डायरेक्ट वॉक इन से आधार कार्ड दिखाने से हो रहा है, बट वो यहाँ मैं वही पता कर रहा था, तो वो नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे भी.
कोई स्लॉट अवेलेबल नहीं है हमारे एज ग्रुप के लिए. वी कांट इवन बुक आवर स्लॉट्स ऑन आरोग्य सेतु ऐप. उसके बाद अब कब लगेगा और कौन सी हाइजीन में लगेगा, क्या हिसाब है पता नहीं. अभी अवेलेबल है, तो इन केस कुछ हो आगे प्रिकॉशन लेने के लिए अभी लगवा लेते हैं.
So you able to get the vaccine?
No, it's not available. For 18 to 45, not available.
Not available.
Meaning the slots are not available.
Slots are not
Yes.
available. आपने कोविन या आरोग्य सेतु पे ट्राई किया था?
Yes.
क्या हुआ?
So they are showing dates, and then when you try to book, it's constantly changing. And right now it showed, when we walked in, it was showing 13th, first available date. Then they said 20th, first available date.
5 जगह में दोपहर 1 बजे के बाद 18 इयर्स एंड 44 इयर्स के अंदर जो लोग हैं उनको प्राथमिक स्वरूप से जो वैक्सीनेशन महाराष्ट्र में और महाराष्ट्र के बाद मुंबई में आया है, जिसका कोविन ऐप पे जो नागरिक है उनका कोविन ऐप पे रजिस्टर हुआ है, और रजिस्टर होने के बाद आपको एक लघु संदेश भी आया है, मैसेज आया है, तो आपको जाना है.
We have the availability to do about 600 vaccines today. Till now, more than 150 people must have come, and it's primarily 18 plus. So we have reserved one slot for 45 plus, so that easier for them to come and get their second dose done. I would just say that you must come and get the jab done. It is extremely important. Follow all the precautions till then. We have to, when you come to the center, wear double mask, and of course, follow all COVID-related.
Ma'am, we're seeing that the vaccination drive is going to happen here for the age group of 18 to 44 at the Apollo centers. How are you looking forward, ma'am? How many people are you tentatively going to get vaccinated today?
I'm so happy and relieved that this is really happening. We're proud that Apollo is the first private sector organization to take this up and do it. It took a lot of planning from the back end, lot of logistics which had to be put in place. But now that it is in place, I think we're ready and we're geared up. We have trained about 10,000 vaccinators to be able to administer the vaccine throughout. We have done the 24/7 portal. I strongly urge everyone to download that because that will give you the correct information, correct instructions on what you have to do. But more than anything else, you have to register on the CoWIN. Unless you register on the CoWIN portal, you're not going to be able to get vaccinated. So I think that is step number one. In terms of where they do and the logistics, I think we have, in the city of Chennai itself, we've opened 10. But as a country, it will be available in Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai, phase 1. And afterwards, we will be able to roll it out to multiple centers.
Vaccination drive for age group between 18 to 44 have started in our country. Maharashtra have received 3 lakh doses, while Mumbai have received 20,000 doses. Now in Mumbai on the first day, 5 vaccination centers are operating wherein this drive have already started. We are right now present at Cooper Hospital, and this is one such vaccination center where the drive have already started. Now what here today has been done, that there is a full protection of Mumbai police officials so that the crowd does not gather, there is no law and order situation. Also the people being vaccinated, the amount has been dropped because at all the 5 centers, 200 to 250 people will be vaccinated at each center. So overall, if we talk about the whole of Mumbai, over 1,000 to 1,500 people will be vaccinated on the first day. Let me also tell you that for the age group above 45, the vaccination drive has been stopped due to lack of doses. Now, when we talk about the lockdown situation in the state of Maharashtra, Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, while addressing to the state yesterday, clearly said that the cases are not increasing. The cases are right now stagnant. Therefore, no stricter lockdown